Many leaders believe they're stressed out because they have too much to do. I don't think that's the whole story. In my experience, a lot of our stress comes from the beliefs that we've developed about leadership. Beliefs that sound responsible, but actually create more pressure than they relieve. I'm Dr. Julie Donley, and I help leaders reduce their stress by improving how they communicate, connect, and lead. Let's look at 3 of the biggest myths that I see in my coaching practice. Myth number 1, if I slow down, I'll fall behind. This may be the belief that I hear most often. Leaders worry that if they're not constantly moving and responding and solving problems, that they will lose ground. But the opposite is often true. When you never slow down, you don't give yourself time to think. You react instead of prioritize. You solve today's problems instead of preventing tomorrow's. Slowing down isn't about moving more slowly. It's about creating enough space to think clearly before you act. All right, myth number 2, everything needs my attention. When everything feels urgent, nothing is truly prioritized. Many leaders spend their day responding to emails, interruptions, and whatever happens to come across their desk. By the end of the day, they've been incredibly busy, but they haven't actually had time to lead. One of the most important leadership skills is deciding what deserves your attention and when, and what doesn't. Not everything requires an immediate response. Some things simply require a thoughtful one. And the third myth here is if I don't do it, it won't get done right. This belief creates exhausted leaders and dependent teams. When you step in too quickly, solve every problem, or answer every question, your team has fewer opportunities to think for themselves. Over time, they become more dependent on you. Leadership is not about having all the answers. In fact, it's more about having the right questions. It's about creating an environment where other people can succeed without relying on you for every decision. That requires trust. It requires delegation. Sometimes it requires allowing people to learn through their experience. These myths can feel productive, they feel responsible, but over time they create stress, reduce clarity, and keep you in a constant state of reaction. It impacts your health, both mentally and physically, and it impacts everyone around you as well. The goal here is not simply to slow down. The goal is to create space, enough space, so you can think clearly, communicate effectively, and lead with intention. That's where better decisions are made, and that's where leadership becomes more sustainable and honestly more enjoyable. When you create the space to think, you make better decisions, you communicate more clearly, and you reduce that unnecessary stress for yourself and the people that you lead. And that's what it means to lead at the speed of people. So take a moment to reflect on your leadership. Which of these myths, these beliefs, have been creating the most stress for you? And what is one small step that you could take this week to challenge it? The beliefs we carry shape the way we lead, and sometimes the smallest shift in thinking creates the biggest change in how we communicate, make decisions, and respond to the people around us. If you'd like more practical leadership strategies like this, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and join me again next time. I'm Dr. Julie Donley, and until next time, happy leading.